Hello there, Ray here, and we have a brand new 1.14 snapshot. This is 19W12A. This one comes with some tweaks to the villagers and a bunch of bug fixes, and even some new blocks. I'll be doing a snapshot review of all the changes that come out with this version. And today is the night where we do a snapshot stream with all the viewers on our snapshot server. So if you guys would like to join us as we do further testing about the snapshot, you can find the information down in the description. And if you have any ideas of different stuff they want us to test, tell us down in the comments. They said that they tweaked the iron golem spawns, and during our stream we made quite a few different types of iron farms, and we noticed some inconsistency with them, so hopefully we'll now see some better iron spawning, so we can hopefully make some better farms out of them. That'll be definitely something we'll be testing tonight during our Twitch stream. They also changed it so now the baby villagers will play within the village. They added in 4 new blocks, and these are cut variations. And these are cut sandstones. We got cut sandstone slab, we got the cut red sandstone, and the cut red sandstone slab. And the way that you make these is you use the stone cutter, and you put your sandstone inside. You see all the options you get, so you can make like the chiseled ones. Also make like the normal slab, stairs, and walls, but you also have a choice to make the cut sandstone, and this can be either done with normal sandstone or the red sandstone. You can see how the cut sandstone compares to the other types. So this is just sand, here's your normal sandstone, this is your chisel sandstone, and this is your smooth sandstone. You can also do this in your crafting grid. Just 4 sandstones will produce 4 cut sandstone. And these stones kind of look like the old sandstones that they used to have. But the main difference is right here, you can see this edging right along the edge and this edge right there where it's kind of grooved out. And even like the slabs, if you have one slab and then like another slab, you see it just turns it to looking like that. It doesn't keep that little edge right there. It doesn't stack 2 of those edges on top of each other. And if you have like the top section, it's just going to show the top edging of the blocks. They also said that they have improved the villager AI, which was extremely laggy in the previous version. And they also did some improvements to the trades. This is definitely something we'll look more into during our Twitch stream, as I've done that video showing all the current trades that the villagers have, so we'll see if there's any changes from that. They fixed the F5 mode for the player, so now if I move up, my guy moves up, and I move down, my head moves down. They fixed a bug to do with the mob's heads rotating too quickly. They fixed it so that advancements that are acquired prior to 1.14 will move up into the 1.14 snapshots. They fixed the loom placement being incorrect, so now when you place it, it's going to face towards you, whichever way you place it. They fixed a pretty annoying bug that I harped about, where if you're in spectator mode, pretty much everything around the player was still being random ticked. So like ice could freeze and other stuff that would use random ticks, crops could grow and stuff like that. So I'm really glad that that is fixed, but there is still other things that the spectator player can do when he's in spectator mode that can actually interfere with the survival world. So I wish they would kind of remove all the other things that the spectator accounts can apply to the world. And I made a forums on the suggestion forums explaining everything that the spectator account can do that he shouldn't be able to do. So hopefully someday they'll apply those to the world. Now there is still a problem that the pillager outposts are not spawning in properly. Here you can see one is supposed to spawn in here. You can kind of see those little holes that they make on all the sides. And it's supposed to be right here. And every other version, they were right here. But recently they have broke them, so they're not spawning in anymore. And there is a bug report, so hopefully they'll fix that. So they removed the ability for players to copy over banners that come from the Illager patrol leaders. So here I have one of their banners. You can see it has that kind of orange gold lettering. And typically what you could do is just put in any type of banner with a symbol on it. Then you can make a duplicate of it. Now you can see I got 2 of the same ones. But if we go ahead and put one of these Illager banners in there, and we put it in a white one, and normally you could duplicate it, and now you cannot. So now this is actually kind of like a cool rare, and you can't get more of them around. And they are actually unique because they actually have more layers than what you typically could get in survival. So you can't even build these up by using the same means as you build other banners up. There still seems to be a problem with hostile mobs being unable to spawn. As you can see, it's completely dark, and none are spawning here on the surface. And even underneath the ground, look around, you don't see any hostile mobs. So hopefully they'll fix that. They fixed a bug to do with evokers that after they would kill their target, they would constantly still be trying to attack it. They fixed a pretty annoying bug. When you would teleport long distances, the game would really struggle to load those chunks, and it would cause the whole server to pretty much freeze. This is something we noticed quite a bit during our snapshot streams. We have a lot of people on the server and everybody was like teleporting to different locations. They fixed it so that you can no longer summon in invisible cats. If you guys remember during the stream quite a while ago, we were summoning in different types of cats and we put in really large numbers. The cat would turn out being invisible, but they have now fixed this. They fixed a bug to do with trading llamas not joining llama caravans unless they were the leaders, and now you can see that that guy is joining this caravan. They also fix it so that the trading llamas are not constantly attacking the zombie pigmen, as I showed when they were introduced. But it seems that the trading llamas no longer attack zombies either. They fix a bug that horses that had leather armor on, when they were dying, they were actually dropping 2 sets of it instead of just 1. They fix a bug to do with the Ender Dragon flapping extremely fast. If you guys are watching the streams, the last couple of snapshots, he just frantically flaps, and it was pretty funny. The player was also doing this too when he was in Elytra mode, but they seem to have fixed this. They fixed it so the villagers won't continue to run even when there's no zombie that's chasing after them. They were having some problems that some villagers were not going to bed at night. That has been fixed. They also fixed a really bad bug to do with villager AI using up 100% of the CPU. And this was a bug report made by one of the Protect members, Theosub, and it was really crippling the server that we were testing 1.14 snapshots on. So hopefully tonight when we do our snapshot stream, we shouldn't have so much problems with the server crashing. They also fixed a bug to do with the amount of experience that the villager was getting was based on which screen you were showing. So if you were doing a really high trade on the villager, but you just happened to be putting the ingredients in the first screen here, it was giving you less experience on the bar. They fixed a bug to do with the villager that has different trades. When it would get converted into a zombie villager and then get converted back into a villager, it would lose its progress that's been made. They fixed it so that the farmers will now actually do the farming of the crops again. So your automatic crop farms using villagers should still work in 1.14. They fixed the crash that was occurring when the player would break doors that were part of a village. They fixed it so that if you make a Enderman mad in survival mode and then you hop into creative, and then if you go back into survival mode, he should continue to be mad at you. You also see they fixed it so that the Enderman will have his face open and kind of stare at you for a little while before actually charging you. And that's something they fixed the last time. But this doesn't seem to be quite fixed, as you can see. Here's Enderman, he's mad at us, his mouth is open, I'm staring at him. Here comes he charging us. Going to creative. Hop back into survival, and he's still not mad at us. They fixed the camera view, so if you would hop into the bed from kind of far distance, the camera view wouldn't be off. So let's click onto the bed. And you can see it immediately puts us in the center. We don't kind of slide into it. Hey, Wandering Trader. They also fixed some small mistakes on the scaffolding texture. They fixed a bug to do with the sound coming from the books when you're flipping the pages. Depending on which way the player is facing, the noise would be coming from a different direction. They fixed the Totem of Undying animation. It wasn't matching when people would give them a custom animation. They fixed a bug to do with servers crashing when signs were being placed down, with the vanilla data pack being missing. They also said that they rewrote the sound system to reduce shuddering when playing sounds. So this is a command that you can use to play different sounds. There was a bug that the farmers selling suspicious stews were giving stews that would be extremely short compared to the stews that you would normally get. Now they did say that they've tweaked the villager trades, so we will be going into more depth on the new villager trades during the snapshot stream that we'll have tonight. It also seems that the player is crouching. Seems like his view moves a little bit differently. Can't really tell. I don't know. Something about it seems different. They fixed a pretty old bug to do with a bunch of different mobs and their hitboxes as well as their eye position being off. This is probably why we see some differences in the player's crouch. Also, I noticed that the red lines on a lot of these mobs is still higher than the white lines, meaning that they can suffocate. The fox, you can see, even the baby, how the line is still off by quite a bit. So these changes may affect where the mobs are looking from, and if mobs can see other mobs. So like if slimes are trying to go after Iron Golem, if the height of the eyes are changed at all, or the height of like the slimes are changed at all, that could affect how they track them, as well as any other mob that use tracking such as like withers. So now with the change in the hitbox, it looks like you can crouch underneath of 1.5 blocks. So before you had to crouch like underneath of a trapdoor, but now you can crouch extremely low. This is really cool. So I wonder if you can make like ice paths differently, where you're like hopping underneath of one of these kind of situations instead of underneath of a trapdoor. You also can make like secret hiding spots and whatnot with that. Quite a few bug fixes in this snapshot, and hopefully they'll continue to fix the nasty bugs, especially the ones that prevent servers from like upgrading into the 1.14 snapshot. And I'm really excited to go ahead and test all the new changes in this snapshot. And we will be doing that at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. And if you guys want to, we do have a snapshot server that you guys can join us. And if you found this video interesting, show us with a like and share this with somebody. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tonight. Bye-bye!